All right, fellas, we're back for Game 4 between the Mavs and Celtics. Sadly, after Game 3, it looks like it's going to be a wash and going to be an absolute sweep for the Celtics. Hopefully not. Maybe the Mavs can figure something out, but for now, it looking like a full sweep, and it looks like JB is going to lock up that Finals MVP. Looking like tonight we have less volume, but I feel very good about the quality of these picks and these leans. If you took all the plays last time, we went 3-5. Now, again, it's not good. We did hit our plus money play, though, which is a positive, and we're looking to keep that rolling into today. Today, I have 4 picks. We're going to hop straight into them. Timestamps down below for every play, so if you want to just scroll through a player, you can do it. Let's lock in. First play we're going to take is Derrick White going over 23.5 PRA. He's hit this line 7 of the last 8 games. He's averaging 24.6 PRA in those games. It's looking like this is going to be the most consistent play we can take as he's seeing that 38 to 40 minute roll every night, and he's getting the opportunities we're looking for. He's had 8, 9, and 11 rebound chances so far, so that keeps increasing as he's getting really involved in this rebounding game, as Horford seems to just be boxing out for damn near everyone else to grab a board. With that being said, he's also had 7, 3, and 6 potential assists, and he's converting at a very, very high rate, which we love to see. So if he gets those potentials, sees the rock, which I expect him to tonight, this should be an easy money play. Continuing with his field goal attempts being very high at 11, 15, and 10. If he's seeing those kind of numbers with 8, 10, and 9 3-point attempts, he's going to keep knocking down threes, knocking down these easy field goals, and he's going to continue to be an easy bet for us to make. Now, our second bet, I'm biting into the narrative. I'm going to bite the bullet. Luka Doncic is going over 32.5 points. I get it. It doesn't look flashy on paper as he hasn't hit it yet this series, but I think tonight is going to be a big night for him as the narrative between the media is absolutely cooking him. He's been scolded so far in every single media forum I've seen. He's being called a complainer, a foul chaser, a flopper, literally everything you can imagine after being ejected off 6 fouls with 4 minutes left in the game. I think tonight's going to be a night he's going to really bounce back. In elimination games so far, he has been insane, hitting over this line of 32.5, 4 of 6 games in his career with 2 40-point games on top of it. Not only that, but he's seen crazy volume as he's attempted 26 and 27 field goal attempts in games 1 and 3. And in those elimination games, he's averaging 26 field goal attempts per game. I think he's going to continue to average around there, and I think his free throws are going to keep going up as he's going to look to drive to the basket more, as that seems to be like what the Celtics want to give him as they're trying to take away his mid-range game, which is obviously the most elite part of Luka Doncic's game. Now we're going to head back to the Celtics because I'm going to take Jrue Holiday to go over 10.5. All right, we're going back to the wagon. I get he missed this last game, but he saw the opportunities, and that's what we like to see. He had 4 fouls, which led him off of being aggressive. I think he's going to continue to keep being aggressive as long as he stays out of that foul trouble, which leads to this play being a smash almost every time. He had 11 rebound chances, 9 potential assists, not converting on the assists once again, which was disappointing to see, as in game 2, he went 3 for 10. Now he went 5 for 9. I like to see that number come up a little bit, which I think can happen if the Celtics decide to shoot a little bit better off his numbers. He also had a few wide open misses. He kicked it to Derrick White for 3, literally wide open, booty butt naked. He just missed. Again, if we make those shots, this number gets hit over. He had 9 last game. He only needs 11. He had 20 RA chances. What that means is he had 11 rebound chances plus 9 potential assists equals 20 chances to get the 11 RA last game. I think he's probably going to be a little bit higher than that, like in game 2 where he had 29. I think he can easily hit over this line if he sees either of those numbers. And again, he had his worst rebounding day in game 3. I don't see that happening again. At least I don't see that happening back-to-back games. I think he's going to be able to hit over this mark because he has 8 of the last 10 games and 6 of the last 7 games, averaging 11.9 RA in those games. I think this is going to be easy bread for us to make. But before we get to our last bet, make sure you're using code BDG on Underdog because you'll receive up to a free $250 when you use our code. Not only that, but you'll get a free Luka or JT square. Whichever one pops up, you'll get a free square to pair with these to make either a 5-leg parlay, toss and turn, whatever you want to do, 2 legs, 3 legs, 8 legs, 6 legs, whatever you want to do to make the most money possible. Make sure you're using the code and sign up today. Now, heading on to our last bet, we're going to take the Finals MVP, and that's going to be Jaylen Brown to go over 24.5 points. This line feels a little bit disrespectful at this point. I get he hasn't been hitting this line at a crazy rate, but he's also been shooting from 3 a horrific percent. He hasn't made more than 2 threes so far this series. Not only that, but he went 2 for 9 last game, and he's a 38% shooter so far in the playoffs. So I think he gets back to the average. This line is absolutely smashed, like he had 30 last game. The room for growth here feels enormous. He's shooting over 50% so far in the series, and he saw a higher volume last game as he had 22 field goal attempts compared to his only 17 the game before. I think if we continue to build on this, he's going to be the efficient shooter that he is. He's getting to the free throw line, which we also like to see. I think there's a recipe here where he's trying to chase that Finals MVP. He's trying to chase that sweep. I think it's a recipe for success. I think it's going to be an easy line to take. Now, of course, as always, I have some leans here, and my first lean is going to be PJ Washington to go over 12.5 points. Again, I don't have enough confidence to make this a full play, but I do really like it a lot. Washington has hit over this line in all 3 games so far, and now that we're back at home, I continue to like it more. And he's seeing the volume volume we want, as he's attempted 11, 13, and 9 field goal attempts in these first 3 games. I think he's going to continue to see the volume as this Mavs team needs somebody to step up in a big way, and I think PJ's really their next best option to do so. I think that's PJ's role tonight, as it's been so far in the first 3 games. I think he can even go over this mark like he did in game 2 where he had 17 points. This should be a good lean to take. And our second lean is going to be Payton Pritchard to go under 3.5 points. I know this sounds insane as his line is only 3.5 points, but he's yet to do it this series, and he's not getting enough minutes for me to feel confident that he could ever hit this over. He's seen 15, 12, and 12 minutes so far in this series, and with that, he's gone 0 for 7, 1 for 2, and 0 for 4. He's clearly in a shooting slump. He's not seeing the minutes that we'd want to see for the volume. This is game 4, so it matters the most. I think the starters are going to see an increase in minutes. I don't see a guy coming off the bench shooting horribly, making that big of an impact and getting over the 4-point marker, unless for some reason he goes absolutely crazy. That's why it's a lean, not a full play, but I do really love this play a lot, so I had to throw it in here for you guys. All right, so that's everything we've gone over so far. The timestamps are down below. Here is the full slate that we have for tonight's game. I feel great about all these plays. Let me know what plays you guys are taking in the comments below, or what plays that you feel at least confident in. Let me know what plays you're fading and tailing as well. Make sure you subscribe down below, as we're on the road to 5K, as we just hit 1,000, and thank you guys so much for that, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.